Hello, superstars. I hope you have out your math books. And today we are doing the Facts and Applications review. So this is page 100. Let me move it. There we go. Page 149. So finding the page. I'm finding the page. I'm finding page 149. So we're getting ready for our Facts and Applications quiz that we're going to have after we go over these examples together. So let's start with letter A. This is what we've been practicing all week. We have both the number line and our place value chart here. So we're going to take 19 squares minus 10 squares. You can choose if you use the number line, 19, this is the 19, and then I'm going to take away 10, take away all of these, they're gone. And what am I left with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this part is 9. And over here, this part was 10. If I have 19 and I take away the 10, I'm left with 9. I can also show that here in my place value chart by drawing 19, which is 1 10, and 9 ones. If I take away 10, that's 0 ones and 1 10. What am I left with? I'm left with 9 ones. So that would be my answer. 19 squares minus 10 squares is 9 squares. And we write our equation over here. 19 minus 10 equals 9. And we want to put our answer box showing the 9. And we're going to flip it on the equal sign. 9 equals 19 minus 10. Put that answer box. 9 is the difference of 19 minus 10. If you need a moment to finish copying, push pause. Letter B, solve. Create a number sentence with 4 different terms and justify. So here first we need to find what is the sum. 9 plus 7 equals the sum of, go up and use the number line, 9 and 7 more. Take 9 and count up 7. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 9 plus 7 is 16. It's a small little box for 16. 16. Now we need to put 4 different terms to make that. What's one way I can make 16? I could do 15 plus 1. That's one way. What's another way I can make 16? Yes, like place value. 10 plus, here we go, plus 6. 15 plus 1 is 16, and 10 plus 6 is 16. There are many ways that you could make 16, but both of these do equal 16. So 15 plus 1 is 16. 10 plus 6 is 16. And I'm showing there that they both equal 16. All right. Again, if you need more time to copy that down, go ahead and push pause. Letter C. Read this with me. 1, 2, 3. Diana baked 16 cakes. She baked 19 cookies. How many fewer cakes than cookies did she bake? So here it's okay if you said Diana or if you said Diana. Either one of those would be fine. Okay, remember the name is not the important part here. But we want to make sure that we first find our question. We need to underline the question. Start here with our question word, how many fewer cakes than cookies did she bake? Who sees the important word? Yes, than. Than is very important here because than is telling me fewer than, greater than, more than, all those, less than. When it says than, I am going to compare. And when I compare, I look to see what is different. So we said that Diana baked 16 cakes. What is important? Circle the important information. That's right, 16 cakes. And when we read this, I noticed that it said baked 16 cakes, baked 19 cookies, each time saying baked. So these are the two groups of things that she baked. I'm going to put the number over here, 16, because they gave me the word, and I like to be able to see the number there. So we're talking about 16 cakes. The next line says she baked 19 cookies. It's important that it's 19 cookies. So the next number was 19. So she baked two different things, cakes and cookies. And now we want to mark down here. So we want to compare them. Let's first we're going to say that the 16, we're going to put it here in this magenta color. 16, those are the cakes. And now the cookies are 19. 19. All right. Now we need to compare. Let me get a different color, not black. So here, this is the line for 19, and this is the line for 16. Can you see what's the difference? Yes, right here. These are the ones that are different. How much is the difference? 3. Very good. So there were 19 cookies, 16 cakes. That has a difference of 3. If I look at the number 19 and I take away the 16, take all that away, what's left is the 3. So the first line here, we want to put in our equation. We are comparing. We're looking to see what's different. So I know I'm going to subtract. When I subtract, I put the biggest number first. So we start with 19. 19 minus 16 equals a difference of 3. Here is our answer box, 3. Now we need to put in our sentence. How many fewer cakes than cookies did she bake? Use words from the question to make your sentence. Good. She baked, what was the answer? 3. And we want to use the same words here. Fewer cakes than cookies. Fewer cakes than cookies. And I finish with a period. The answer box. She baked 3 fewer cakes than cookies. And I know that because 19 minus 16 is a difference of 3. All right, if you need to push pause, please do. This is page 150. We're going to add them up, find the sum, solve and justify here. 4 plus 8 plus 1. All right, when we do this, we want to first put two numbers together. So we're just going to do two terms first. 4 plus 8. What does 4 plus 8 equal? Take the larger number 8, add on 4. I can show that here, starting at 8, and I want to add on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What does that make? That makes 12. The sum of 12. Now I'm going to do the next term. 12, and I need to add 1, because it was 4 plus 8 plus 1. 12 plus 1 equals, that's right, just one more. 12 and one more makes 13. So here my answer is 13. Let's look at E. I want to go ahead and erase up here the lines that I made so that it's nice and clean for the next problem. Okay, 2 plus 9 plus 1. So let's start with the first two numbers. 2 plus 9 equals, I'm going to start with the largest number, 9, and I'm going to add on 2. 9, 1, 2. What number did I land on? 11. 9 plus 2 is the sum of 11. Now I'm going to use that number starting with 11. 11 plus 1, because it was 2 plus 9 plus 1. And what does that equal? 11 plus 1, what's the next number? 12. 11 plus 1 is 12. And that would be my sum. That's my answer box, 12. Letter F. So we want to show that we understand the problem, make a plan, solve it, and evaluate our answer. This is what we call the UPSI. Understand, plan, solve, and evaluate. Please read with me. Rhonda baked 19 cookies. She gave away 14 of the cookies. How many cookies does she still have? So let's see here. The question is, how many cookies does she still have? What am I looking for? Yes, cookies. What is what she still has? So after having given away cookies, how many does she still have? Let's go back and find the important information. Rhonda baked 19 cookies. What's important here? That she baked 19 cookies. Now, on the first sentence, Rhonda baked 19 cookies, I see the word cookies. She gave away 14 of the cookies. Cookies is repeated. So we're talking about cookies and the whole problem. I don't need to underline cookies, or I don't need to circle cookies, because that's the only thing we're talking about. But that she baked these 19, that's important because it tells me how much we started with. Then it says she gave away 14. Gave away 14. What does away mean? Does she have more or less? Yes, away is a subtraction word. So she baked 19. She gave away 14. And we want to know, what does she still have? Okay, we're going to show that we understand by putting in our part, whole. Do we know what what was the total cookies? Good. 19. There were 19 baked. That was what we started with. We started with 19 cookies. And what happened? She gave away 14. You can put gave, you can put away. Either way is fine. 14, we're going to say they went away. She gave them away. So we don't have them anymore. Do we have any other number? Do we know what the other part was? No, we don't know this other part. This is our question box. So we know the total is 19. She gave away 14. How many does she still have? What is the part that she did not give away? What's going to be our plan? Are we going to add or subtract? We said that gave away is a subtraction word, so we want to subtract. That means that we are going to find We are going to subtract, and we are going to find the difference. This box here, we're actually going to solve it. We want to put our equation. So we're going to say 19. That's the number of cookies she baked. And she gave away 14. Look at how I lined up my ones and my tens. So that when it comes time to subtract, I can look at the ones placed first. 9 minus 4. 9 ones minus 4 ones is 5. I can show that with my hands. 9, 2, 5 is 4. 110 minus 110 is 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. I don't write the 0 though because, well, there's always zeros in front. It's just 5. You could also go back up to the number line here and go from 19, and you could go take away the 14 and see what's left. So 14, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see the other part here is 5. That it's 19. If I take away the first 14, I'm going to have 5 left. So that's my answer. 19 minus 14 is 5. So we want to put it in a sentence now. Make sure you go back. How many cookies does she still have? Use those words. She still has, it's okay if you don't put still. She has is okay. She still has 5 monkeys. Oh, not monkeys. Yeah, cookies. Cookies. She still has 5 cookies. And this 5 was my answer box. You can go ahead and put back now. Here, the answer 5. And there we have it. I did show that I understood the problem, made a plan, I solved it, and then I also evaluated my answer. Does that make sense? If she had 19 cookies and gave away 14, would she have 5? Yes, that makes sense because 5 is less than 19. So that makes sense. It could work. I need to remember to bubble in my answer. So 5, is that A, B, or C? 5. Make sure you're reading it carefully because here B and C both start with F. This says 90, 15, and 5. So we want to bubble up letter C. And now we finish the problem. All right, push pause if you need to have more time to copy. Letter G. Lana drew 19 shapes. Some of the shapes were rectangles. 12 of the shapes were, what's the name of that shape, class? It's a trapezoid. So let's read that again. 12 of the shapes were trapezoids. 3 of the shapes were hearts. How many of the shapes were rectangles? How many shapes did she draw in all? 19. And then we have 3 groups, 3 parts, rectangles, trapezoids, and hearts. Okay, let's start underlining and circling. First, I want to underline the question. How many of the shapes were rectangles? Circle information. I go back through each line and circle important information. Lana drew 19 shapes. I need to know how many and what they were. 19 shapes. Some of the shapes were rectangles. What was the important word here? Some. Ding, ding, ding. We should be hearing that. And also, some is not a number. So I know it's going to be that's my answer box, my question box. I don't know that number. Some, a few, more, less. Anytime they don't give you the exact number, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, let's go to the next sentence. 12 of the shapes were trapezoids. What's important? 12, and that's the trapezoids. 3 of the shapes were hearts. How many? 3. And they're the hearts. Okay, I'm actually going to change the colors here. We're going to put here that the trapezoids were blue. so that when we mark them down here, we can see. Okay? All right. How many shapes did Lana draw in all? How many shapes was it in all? Yes, 19 shapes in all. So I'm going to use here this color, and at 19, I want to draw a thick line because I'm not going to use this 20. I'm only looking at 19 because there were 19 shapes in all. Now, I don't know how many rectangles, but I want to divide up. I want to make my parts of the 19 to show how many are rectangles, how many are trapezoids, and how many are hearts. Do we know how many rectangles? Nope. Do we know how many trapezoids? Yes, there are 12. So let's go ahead and we're going to mark 12 trapezoids all the way down to 12. Ding, that's where the trapezoids stop. These are the trapezoids. Now, the next shape is hearts. 3 of the shapes were hearts. So 1, 2, 3. These are the hearts. That's the group for hearts. So then what are these ones? Yes, those are the rectangles. How many are they? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many rectangles? 4. We know that there were 12 trapezoids, and we know that there were 3 hearts. So that means that the rest were rectangles. We found our answer box over here. Okay, what do I do on the first line? Write the equation. What did we start with? Lana drew 19 shapes. We started with 19 shapes. And we took away the first group. What was the first group? Not the rectangles. We didn't know the number. Trapezoids. Minus 12 trapezoids. 12 of the shapes were trapezoids. And then we took away the next group, which was 3 hearts. And so we found that there were 4 shapes left, and those were the rectangles. 19 minus 12 minus 3 is a difference of 4. We wrote our equation. Now we need to write our answer. How many of the shapes were rectangles? Good. 4 of the shapes were, and you can draw the shape if you want. I'm going to write the word rectangles. End it with a period. All right, I'm going to put in my answer boxes here. 4 of the shapes were rectangles. And I should have the same number in every answer box, 4 and 4. And I know this because I can see here the 19, 12, 3, and 4 make the 19 in all. 4 of the shapes were rectangles. Okay, go on to the next page. Read it with me, class. 1, 2, 3. 15 rabbits were in a box. 2 of the rabbits were sleeping. 5 of the rabbits were eating. Some of the rabbits hopped away. How many rabbits hopped away? Underline the question. How many of the rabbits hopped away? What are the important words in that sentence? Hopped away. I am looking for, the question is about the rabbits that hopped away. 15, go back to the top and let's look for important information in each sentence. 15 rabbits were in a box. What's important? The 15, and here this is the total that was in the box. All of the rabbits are in the box, so 15 is the total. 2 of the rabbits were sleeping. What's important? 2 of the rabbits were sleeping. So this is one group. Remember, those are one of our subtraction phrases. So I have all of these rabbits, 15 rabbits in a box. One group of the rabbits is sleeping. 2 of the rabbits are sleeping. Okay, let's read the next line. 5 of the rabbits were eating. What's important? 5 of our rabbits were eating. So the next group are eating. There's 5 of them that are eating. Some of the rabbits hopped away. What's important? Ding, ding, ding. You heard it. Some. This is my question box. I don't know what number that is. Some. I'm looking for that. And it's also important here. These are the ones that hopped away. And that is what they had asked us in our question. Okay. So let's start. And we're going to put here, let's pretend like this is our box, okay? But we're going to put, just like we always do, our numbers first, okay? So go ahead and push pause and write in your numbers, and we'll move on when you're ready. Okay, I have my numbers 15. And so we're like pretending that all of this is the box, right? This is the box that the rabbits are in. And I have all 15 rabbits in this box. And I want to make the different groups. The group that is sleeping, the group that is eating, and the group that hopped away. So let's look at the first one. 2 of the rabbits were sleeping. Okay, these are going to be our we're going to put these in blue. 2 of the rabbits were sleeping. 1, 2. I said blue, but they're yellow. 2. These are the sleeping rabbits. Now we'll do blue. 5 of the rabbits were eating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up to here. This is the group that were eating. Okay? Those are the eating rabbits. Now then, some of the rabbits hopped away. That's going to be all of these other rabbits, all of these ones. The rest, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 8. 8 rabbits hopped away. 2 were sleeping. 5 were eating. 8 hopped away. And we can put here our answer box. This is what we were looking for. Okay. Now we want to go ahead and show that on our number line. What was the total rabbits that we had? Who remembers? 15. So let's make the line here 15. And we're going to show how the 3 parts make a total of 15. Okay? If I take away the first 2, these were the first group. These are the ones that were sleeping. 2 were sleeping. 5 were eating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Takes us to here. And then we have how many, or question box, right? Some of the rabbits hopped away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the number we said, 8. And yes, I checked myself. That gets me here to 15. Perfect. Okay, let's fill in the part holes. There were 15 rabbits in all. The first group was sleeping. 2 were sleeping. 5, 5 were sleeping. And this is when we want to know how many of them hopped away. And we said that it was 8 that hopped away. This is what we were looking for. There's 15 rabbits in a box. 2 are sleeping. 5 are eating. And some hopped away. 8 hopped away. How can I show that as an equation? What am I going to put first? We started with 15. We started with 15 rabbits in a box. And then of the, my subtraction phrase, 15, 2 were sleeping. Of the 15, 5 were eating. And that shows us the group. What was left, they're the ones that hopped away. Oops. 8. 8 hopped away. Let's put in our sentence for our answer. Go back to the question and look at it. Read it to me, class. One more time. How many rabbits hopped away? So here where it says how many are question words, we want to put in the answer. Okay? What was the answer? 8. 8 rabbits were eating? No. Were sleeping? No. In all. 8 rabbits in all? No. 8 rabbits hopped away. With a period. 8 rabbits hopped away because 15 minus 2 minus 5 is a difference of 8. And there we have it. All right, class, you did it. Great job. That is the review. You can keep this out as a resource to remember what you need to do on each part. But Ms. Dennard is going to go ahead and pass out to you now your quiz for facts and applications. If you have any questions, raise your hand. If you're not sure how to read one of the words, not sure what to do, raise your hand and Ms. Dennard will help you. I'm proud of you guys. I know that you're going to do your best. See you soon.